spiritual guru Sadhguru underwent surgery at a Delhi hospital for a life-threatening brain bleeding, we are told, but now he is safe. See this report of what precisely happened, and what did Sadhguru have to say.
The Apollo Hospital neurosurgeons cut through my skull and tried to find something and found nothing. Totally empty. So they gave up and just patched it up. Here I am in Delhi with a patched up skull, but no damaged brain.
Underwent an emergency brain surgery on March 17th after his symptoms played up. The spiritual guru was suffering from an intense headache, and despite an MRI scan confirming a brain bleed on March 14th, he chose to continue with his commitments, including attending the India Today conclave on March 16th. On March 17th, however, there was a progressive decline in his consciousness and a shift of the brain to one side and recurrent vomiting. Doctors confirmed a clear swelling of the brain.
Sadhguru has just had a very life-threatening situation. He had headache for the last 4 weeks. The headache was very severe, and he was, ignoring the headache and doing all, because he wanted to do all his normal activities. He was resuming all his functions, all his meetings. He even carried out the Mahashivratri function on 8th of March, despite the fact that he was in agonizing pain. He somehow ignored the pain and he continued with all his meetings. The pain really became severe on 15th of March. And that's when he consulted me, and we knew immediately that there was something sinister happening, the way the pain was worsening. And this was around 4 o'clock. I insisted that we have an MRI. And the MRI actually showed, that he had massive bleeding in the brain. It was outside the brain and below the bone. There was massive 2-time bleeding, some which had happened about 3 weeks back, one that had happened maybe 2 to 3 days back.
Brain hemorrhage is a condition in which blood vessels inside the brain burst. This causes bleeding in the brain. The bleeding can occur either in brain tissues or in the protecting covering of the brain. The brain covering is called meninges, which consists of 3 layers. Among these 3 layers, this middle layer is called arachnoid matter. This layer is highly vascular, meaning that large number of blood vessels travel through this layer. That's why sometimes blood vessels in this layer burst, causing blood leakage and accumulation in the affected area. Bleeding occurs whether in brain tissues or arachnoid matter. Both types of bleedings damage brain. If bleeding occurs in brain tissues, the brain cells die due to lack of oxygen in this region. And if bleeding occurs in brain covering, the covering begins to swell due to accumulation of blood. This exerts pressure on brain cells covered by the layer, causing death of brain cells. There can be many causes of bleeding in brain, such as severe injury to head, blood vessels rupture due to high blood pressure, brain tumor, or certain bleeding disorders. If we talk about symptoms of brain hemorrhage, severe pain starts in brain of the affected patient, and vomiting may also occur. Besides, patient feels difficulty in seeing and speaking, alongside imbalanced nerve coordination. If these symptoms show in a patient, he or she should be immediately admitted to the hospital.
17th morning, however, he really got very unwell. He became very drowsy. While talking, he was, just dozing off. He had weakness of the left leg, and we had to rush him to hospital. And even at that time, he would never complain of pain. He would just say, "Doctor, I'm a little unwell." But that morning was the first time he said, "Doc, I think the time has come to do what you want to do."